millions of
Just
Iranians
1 minute. I have
on
a visual. So sorry to intervene while you're seeing this. I am told by my news desk that this is the satellite image. Shawan, you can come live and do that. It'd be so much better. This is apparently the satellite image of Khamenei's house. I'm not sure whether this is before or after the attack. I think this is after. You can see the whole place charred. You know, it's difficult to get dimensions on something like this, but this is clearly at least like a 5 to 10 acre complex that I'm seeing here. It's a large complex. Even from that distance, you can see probably the area where there are fewer homes, less densely populated, is Khamenei's house, I presume. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the first satellite image of Khamenei's house after the attack. So it shows, if you can zoom in just a little wee bit more on that, it shows a fairly debilitating blowout there and fairly pinpointed. You can see the areas around it are not affected. It's happened between two streets, two lanes, if I may say, right? And that's what we are seeing here today. I want to go back to Jonathan for a bit. Jonathan is former IDF spokesperson, and he is with us live today. This is the first on Republic, ladies and gentlemen. Khamenei's house. Colonel Jonathan Conricus, former IDF officer and spokesperson, is with us. Colonel Jonathan, what are you seeing in the visuals? You know, can I go back to that visual, please, not this? Can I go back to the breaking news visual? Can I have the breaking news entire grid, Jonathan on air, and the visual? Can we do that? Not replace this, because I can't direct as I'm speaking. There's an important moment. Carry the watermark. Yeah. Jonathan, you're seeing the visual out there. Is that clear enough to you? That's being released out here.
What do you make? I've seen the visuals. Yeah.
What are you making of it? This particular visual.
Yeah. What you're seeing on screen is the result of years of building infrastructure, intel infrastructure, months and weeks of operational planning, weeks and months of operational coordination between the US and Israel, and then eventually the ability of the Israeli Air Force to strike based on accurate and updated live intel, understanding that there was a meeting, a high-level meeting conducted at the residence or this facility of the former supreme leader, and understanding that as an operational opportunity, and then taking the opportunity. And what you see on the ground is the result of lots of hard work, lots of preparations, lots of resources, talent, and of course, skill by Israeli and American pilots.
My question here would be, maybe it appears naive. Why would Khomeini stay there? I mean, he'd be a sitting duck of a target. Why would he not have moved out of his home? Would they have some other facilities attached to that home? Jonathan, I mean, if you have I'm sure he knows that you have human and other intelligence on his location out there. Why did he stay put?
So I think you ask a very relevant question. My offered answer would be, you know, there are many sins in the world. One cardinal sin is the sin of hubris. And I think the Iranian regime, the head of the regime, and many of the senior officials, they were indeed foolhardy, and they made the sin of perhaps believing in their own propaganda, believing that they were as mighty and fierce and smart and cunning as the image that they projected and that they wanted to be. And bottom line, you know, when you're hubris, we all know that from our experience as well, you are prone to making mistakes. Maybe the supreme leader thought that while there were negotiations ongoing, Israel and the US wouldn't attack. Maybe he was led to believe or deceived by his advisors to do things. Maybe he thought that he was safe in an underground location. Lots of questions, but at the end of the day, it is very surprising for me as well that Israel would have that opportunity and that the almost entire supreme command of the defense and political establishment in Iran were located in one location.
Yes, that may be a cardinal sin. You call it hubris.